The positioning statement, among other things, eventually forms the basis of their 30-second, 60-second, 5-minute, 10-minute, and 20-minute pitches, each of which tends to be customized to various situations and various audiences. And Jonathan indicated earlier the challenge of trying to win over early adopters when you're a tech startup, and having an absolutely nailed positioning statement is really one of the ways to do that. So how about a really quick crash course on a positioning statement? One of the reasons we wanted to have you here today is to show you how we roll in tech, and this is the kind of lesson we teach everybody in the programs around the province. So very quickly, this is a structure of a positioning statement. Now, before you say to yourself, how am I going to say that in an elevator, because it's probably a 30-story elevator ride, the point here is not to do this exercise and then regurgitate it to your client or to your customer prospect in its entirety. The point is to use the structure to guide your critical analysis of your business. So your target customer profile, first and foremost. In a startup, it has to be absolutely laser focused, and I guess I would argue even in a non-startup, you have to be laser focused, laser focused on a target customer with a very defined customer profile, so that when you're introducing what you do, your audience, that your target audience knows that you're positioning a product for them, and frankly anybody that you're speaking to knows the target audience you're positioning the product for, and may be in a position to recommend you. You never know where these opportunities can reside. And then the next section is who need an accurate definition of the problem. I've sat on so many mentor panels where the entrepreneur will tell us what they do without focusing on the problem to be solved. So for anybody in the room today, if you've got a product or a service in the market, think about repositioning how you communicate the product in terms of an acute definition of the problem. And I think you'll see more success in terms of the receptiveness of the message. We typically work through a product name, and we typically work through a product category. What kind of a category is it in? This essentially tries to anchor the positioning statement to a genre of products that the audience may already be aware of. And this tends to really help in understanding what the product is for and where it might be used. And then secondly, the key benefit obviously goes without saying as a really important component of it. Really trying to hone in on the key benefit that that product brings to the customer audience. And then really importantly, always again trying to reference perhaps other products in the market that other folks are aware of. Bring your customers, your competitors to the forefront, because if you're pitching a product, your customer will probably be aware of competitive products. So rather than hide from competitors, use it as an opportunity. Highlight the competitors that you believe you're up against, and be sure to pick a very compelling differentiator that separates yourself from your competitors. And that really creates an anchor statement when you're talking to potential prospects of your product. So that's it. I expect that hopefully you'll be able to use some of this in your business today. As I mentioned, the point of this exercise is not to then go build the statement and stand there with a cue card when you're networking. The point is the critical analysis that this process forces you to go through. If you take a shot at this, I almost 100% guarantee that you'll find some new idea that you'll be able to use in your business. So, first up,